Hey, everybody, you're tuned into SciCrowd.
Hello everyone, I'm Ryan from the UK, and today we're going to talk about myths about the English. Enjoy the watch, and let's get started. Myth 1. The English are cold and unfriendly. Stereotype. The British are reserved, avoid contact, rarely smile at strangers, and keep their distance, suggesting emotional restraint as a core trait. Why it's a myth? This exaggerates the cultural value of personal space in the UK. Privacy is respected, but this doesn't mean coldness. A 2020 British Council survey found 31% of foreigners view the British as friendly in crowded cities like London. Avoiding unnecessary interactions protects boundaries among friends or in pubs. The British are warm and open. The myth ignores context. It's about respecting boundaries common in Northern European cultures, not aloofness. Myth 2. The English are polite but hypocritical. Stereotype. The British overuse sorry and please, hiding insincerity or snobbery behind etiquette. Why it's a myth? Politeness is a key UK norm. 46% in surveys call it a top trait. But it's not always fake. It's a way to avoid conflict in a dense society. Per Hofstede's 2001 studies on indirect communication. This isn't deceit but a cultural adaptation. While class differences exist, the myth overstates snobbery. Ignoring the UK's diverse society from working class areas to elites, it reflects tolerance, not falseness. Myth 3. The English are stoic with a stiff upper lip. Stereotype. The British hide emotion, staying calm in crises with restraint as a national ideal. Why it's a myth? The stiff upper lip image stems from the Victorian era and wartime survival. A 2022 BBC survey shows the British are emotional but express feelings privately. Of 2,000 surveyed, 68% admit to crying or anger. Cultural stoicism exists, but the myth harms by stigmatizing mental health discussions. Post-pandemic, the British increasingly share emotions openly. Myth 4. The English have a unique, drier sense of humor. Stereotype. British humor, sarcastic, ironic, absurd, is an innate trait, witty but hard for foreigners to grasp. Why it's a myth? Humor is valued. Brits call it a strength, but not unique. Per Martin, 2007, sarcasm helps cope with stress from a rainy climate and historical challenges. British humor, like The Office or Monty Python, is globally popular. The myth overstates its incomprehensibility. Humor varies by region, e.g. Scots are direct, and serves as a social connector, not an elitist trait. Myth 5. The English are snobs obsessed with class. Stereotype. The British fixate on social status, acting superior and arrogant. Why it's a myth? The class system matters historically, but YouGov 2023 shows modern Brits reject snobbery, with 60% identifying as middle class. Tolerance is a top trait. Media like Downton Abbey amplify the myth, but self-deprecation contradicts snobbery. The UK's multiculturalism and diversity are often ignored. Myth 6. The English always complain about the weather. Stereotype. Constant weather talk reflects pessimism and whining. Why it's a myth? The UK's changeable weather makes it a neutral conversation starter. Tannen, 1990, notes this as a way to avoid personal topics in a reserved society. Only 15% of Brits frequently discuss weather. YouGov 2021. The myth mislabels a social habit as pessimism. Myth 7. The English are prim traditionalists. Stereotype. The British cling to traditions, resisting change with a rigid, old-fashioned nature. Why it's a myth? Traditions like the monarchy matter, but the UK leads in progress like LGBT rights. ILGA Europe, Pew 2020, shows 67% support innovation. The myth overlooks multiculturalism and diversity, especially in cosmopolitan London. Myth 8. The English are xenophobic. Stereotype. The British distrust foreigners, reflecting a closed-off, arrogant nature. Why it's a myth? Brexit fuels this stereotype, but Ipsos Mori 2023 shows 62% of Brits view immigrants positively, with 14% of the population as immigrants. The UK is multicultural. The myth ignores everyday hospitality, especially in cities. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel, and don't believe the myths.